G'day folks, welcome to the road to the Manticore. We're going to take you through the Manticore and how to set it up and watch some gameplays of both the Manticore and the GSOR. So settle in and we'll crack on right now. So with my Manticore and my GSOR and indeed my LHMTV and Sanlac, so the 8s, 9 and 10, I have them all set up exactly the same when it comes to equipment. In the equipment slot 1 I have the Commander's Vision System, and equipment slot 2 I have the Coated Optics Class 1, and in the equipment slot 3 I have the Improved Ventilation. Also run Pudding and Tea and the Camo Directive. The reason why I run this in equipment slot 1 is because I already have 507 meters view range with coated optics and vents and all the crew skills. So there is no, basically the only thing that this is good for over 450 meters is burning through the opposition's camo, right? So you could put the equipment in slot 1 and you'll see that goes out to 514, but this drops the effectiveness of the Commander's Vision System, right? So the Commander's Vision System drops down to concealment of enemy behind foliage down to 15%, and down to enemy vehicles moving at 10%. So if you put the Commander's Vision System in slot 1, it gives the maximum burn through of enemies or opposition's camo. So that's the reason why I've gone and put the Commander's Vision System in slot 1. It's so that you get the full burn through effect of it, and let's face it, anything over 450 here is doing nothing to increase your vision, because 450 is the maximum vision range, and you've got all this is doing is just burning through the opposition's camo. So this here is an additive to that, I suppose, and it's best to put that in slot 1, the Commander's Vision System in slot 1, so that you get the maximum effect for it. So exactly the same in the GSOR, so let's go to the GSOR. Exactly the same in the GSOR, same setup. You still get the 20 and the 12.5% burn through. Only got 494 meters view range on the GSOR, but again, it's over the 450 max, so it doesn't matter. Sanlac, exactly the same setup, and the LHMTV, exactly the same setup. So when it comes to crew skills, right, you've got, obviously you've got your Sanlac, which is your main trainer for, but because I've kept the grind line LHMTV and the GSOR, I've got to make a sacrifice as to which crew I put in the Sanlac. So at the moment I've got the GSOR crew in the Sanlac, just to keep their training up, but at some stage I'm going to have to swap the LHMTV crew in, because it's not a real good crew in the LHMTV, right? Manticore crew is a totally different concept, because you have only a 2-man crew in the Manticore. By the way, first game the other day ever in the Manticore, I got both my crew members knocked out when someone fired a HE shot at me. Didn't think it would ever happen. I've only ever heard of it happening to other people. Didn't think it would ever happen, but it happened to me the other day for the first time. So it is a bit of a problem. I think I've had, how many games I've had in the Manticore now? Let's have a look. Statistics. Manticore, I've had 78 games in the Manticore, so it's the first time in 78 games that I've had a crew completely knocked out. So it is a bit of a problem, but I think it's it's a low risk thing, right? But so the crew in the Manticore has to be a specialist crew, because of the fact that don't take any notice of the fact that it's Simon Claus in here, but he was a 3-skill. He was a 3-skill man when I got the Manticore, so I decided to use him. But you've got a problem with the fact that if you look at the skills on the Commander, he has the skills of all the common skills, all the Commander skills, all the Gunner skills, all the radio operator skills. So he has a whole heap of skills you've got to build on him. So you need to be a little bit selective on what skills you build. Obviously, I've built the vision and view range, or I've built the know when you're spotted, the vision and view range skills first, right? And then camo. I've got repairs and camo on him as well. And now I'm slowly building up some of the other stuff. I think at the moment I've got designated snapshot on it. The next one I put on is probably armor or designated target. Armor is good because if you cop a hit to the gun, it doesn't diminish the gun's capacity by that much if that's on it, right? So it improves the accuracy of a damaged gun. So it actually, you know, I mean, if you're using a small repair kit and you've just had your track taken out and the next shot comes in and hits you, you know, you repair and the next shot comes in and hits your gun, at least the armor will hold you up to a reasonably firing gun whilst you're waiting for your repair kit to come back. One solution, of course, is to use a large repair kit and just repair them. But then again, if you repair the track, you either got to wait 90 seconds till you can repair the gun if it gets hit next. So always downsides to that. But so yeah, you need to be careful with your crew skills. This guy is not gonna, I mean, you can put him in other tanks, but he's not going to be as effective in other tanks because in the GSOR, for example, your commander only does common commander radio operator, right, and loader. So you know, it's a bit of a trade-off. The Manticore's commander skills is not suitable to other light tank skills, so you're better off keeping a complete Manticore crew just for the Manticore. Don't mix and match them, is what I'm saying. So yeah, all right. Well, pardon me. On with the games. I've recorded a couple of games, so let's get on with them. And they're not my games, I must admit. I'm nowhere near good enough, or nowhere near as good as these guys that I'm about to show you. So let's have a look at them. So the first game we have is Labada in the GSOR, and he's set up on Ghost Town. He's on the South Spawn. It's a looks like a well, I can't remember what they call that type of game. I don't play these games, I have them locked off. But he's heading out to the area around the probably the E5 mark, sorry, E7 or E8 mark. He's going to try and spot out stuff in the city and anything else running down. There's a nice little hill just here. I think he stops in there. Yes, he does. And now he's opening himself up for good spotting of stuff coming across to get behind the boats and anything that might rear its ugly head in the city, although I think the Leopard PTA might steal some of his spotting from the city. There's the T-54 lightweight right in the centre. He's stayed real cool, and his platoon mate has knocked over the T-54 lightweight. He's got all of the spotting damage for that. Now he has spotted the guys in the city out, the Chieftain T-95 FV4201, the Clan Wars reward tank, and the 257. And I think it was an object, no, it was maybe an E100 or something there, I think, as well. Anyhow, he's spotting all that stuff out, so Jag Panzer E100, the lot. So the spotting damage will build dramatically from here on in. As you can see, it's just, he's just copping, soaking up heaps of spotting damage, so that's awesome. So I've got to apologise for the background noise while I was recording the track for the equipment loadout and such. I normally do these recordings late at night or early in the morning, but middle of the day today, and you've already heard me next door neighbours, or me down the road neighbours V8 go by, and his mate in the motorbike go by. So apologies for that, not much I can do about that, that's the time of the day thing. Also, I think I might have made a mistake with the maximum view range when I was doing that recording. I think it's only 425, I think I said 450. Either way, I'm sure you'll correct me in the comments, and it's not the first time I'll be wrong, and it certainly won't be the last time. So feel free to correct me in the comments if I've got that wrong. It may only be 425, I think, but anyhow, that's the way it goes. So as you can see, he's already up to 5,444 spotting damage. I played a game in the GSOR on this map the other day, and no, sorry, in the Manticore on this map the other day, and that was around about the most spotting damage I could do in the Manticore. So the reason why I'm showing you these guys' replays, who are unknown to me, I just picked these replays up off the WOTTV EU website, and they're far better than anything I could ever do. So yeah, I thought I'd showcase some of those replays off the WOTTEU's website, WOTTReplays EU website, sorry, and showcase some fantastic spotting damage gains in these two tanks. So he's up to 5,665 spotting damage. He's not fired a shot yet, which is what you'd expect, and certainly not what you'd expect from me, because I would have been tempted to fire shots at a lot of these people, as anyone that watches my Twitch channel knows oh too well. I am a little bit trigger happy when it comes to this kind of stuff, and that's probably what makes me not the best light tank player in the world, but hey, that's the way it goes. So he spotted out the T30, and the T30's taken some hits now. 6,797, just gone past 7,300 spotting damage, and no one has a clue where he is. No one has a clue where he is, which tells me his camo is well up to par, and he's obviously using the commander's vision system in one of the slots. I don't know what slot he's using it in, but the burn through he's got on the enemy and the bushes and such is quite incredible. So tells me he's using the commander's vision system in one of the slots, possibly slot 1, don't know, but either way, it's a fantastic bit of equipment. For your light tanks. Can also be argued that it certainly turns some very good medium tanks into some very good light tanks now as well. When I first come out, I was playing the Manticore quite a bit, and just trying to work out how I was going to load it out and everything, and I was getting spotted everywhere by Leos and M48A5s in particular, spotted and nailed by them. So if you've got a tank that's got really good gun handling, a medium tank, commander's vision, if you equip it out basically with all the stuff that you'd equip a light tank out with, you've got yourself a very, very good light tank, or counter light tank if you like, but it can also tank some damage, unlike these things, right? I mean, I know the LT100 can tank some damage. Basically it's a T62 in a light tank skin, but these things can't tank damage. So, but yeah, I guess that might be one area that Wargaming has to work on, because it's quite powerful in a medium tank, the commander's vision system as well. That may be one area they'll have to look at some stage, but who knows? They may choose to just leave it as it is. But as you can see, he's about probably, I mean, it's probably no biggie, but he's about 100 metres away, maybe 200 metres away from that T95, and he's kept him spotted all the time, so people will just annihilate him. Up to 10,102 spotting damage now, so he's already over a 10k game, and now he's just making a run for the back area now to spot out. There's the Arty. He spotted the Arty. Does he get a shot into him? Yes, he does. He gets a shot of damage into the Arty before the Arty is cleaned up. So now he's just going to make a run into the back hill area here to try and spot out the last of the TDs and such sitting up there. There's two medium tanks and two TDs to go on the enemy team. They've both been spotted. They're not his spotting, you'll notice. That one is, because he's got some, at least some assisted spotting, or sorry, shared spotting damage on that one. But anyhow, he's up here now and he's spotting them. So just tried to take another shot at the Jag, but unfortunately he missed. There goes the Jag. He just got all the spotting damage for the Jag. Now he's spotting out this baby. 210 E3 is it, or an E4? I can't read it properly. It's a E4, sorry, yeah. So there goes the E4, the TVP's done him in. Now it's just a matter of chasing down the final two medium tanks. Comes over the hill. He sees that the TVP has taken 2 shots, so the medium tanks are out here somewhere. And obviously the last known positions on them are in this corner, or this side of the map, so he's heading straight for it to see if he can spot them out as well. He's now ahead of the TVP, so he should get spotting on it. WZ's in town. There's the TVP. He'll take a shot from the TVP, I'm pretty sure. Yes, he does, but that's okay. Who cares, right? He's still got heaps of HP left. Takes a shot from the TVP, puts a shot into him, and that's the game. So a fantastic game. Here's the end plates coming up right now. Righto, so the end plates for Lambada's game. Lambada is, well, first up he got his first mark of excellence on it. A Mastery Ace Tanker, a Spotter, a Scout Medal, and a Patrol Duty. Pretty obvious for the amount of spotting he'd done, which was 12,247. 754 damage, but that's okay. I mean, still a very, very good game for him. So 139,435 coin before tax and 12,049 XP. So let's have a look at the team score. He of course finished on top in XP, 1,396 base XP, good enough for an ace tanker. Yeah, as I say, not too much damage, but it's what you expect when you're playing a scouting game, and a scout, and particularly a British scout. Although there is an exception, which I'll show you in a later video, for the Senlac, which I won't. No spoiler alerts, but yeah, Senlac can deal some damage when it needs to as well. Detail report. He only fired 6 shots, 4 hit and 3 penned, 754 damage. 12,247 spotting damage. That is a monster spotting damage game. He had some kind of a bonus, or maybe his first victory of the day, 50,000 extra XP on top of what he made. But he cleared 132,223 clams after tax. So not a bad game, not a bad haul. 7 minutes and 26 seconds the game lasted for. I'll let the XP people work out how all that works. I'm happy to receive XP without actually knowing how it works. So yeah, very good game by Lambada, very good indeed. Righto, and on to our second game, which is a Manticore game by Killer Tank, and he's on probably the Light Tank Dreams map, Prokhorovka, and he's going to do some amazing spotting in this little tank. And again, I think it's probably, I don't know, because I don't know the guy. As I say, this is just a replay I picked up of the WOTTV EU site. So he's probably running the commander's business. I do apologise for the sound in this one. The sound's quite low. I don't know why. When I was recording it, the sound was very low, but that's okay. You can listen to my voice. Or maybe that's a bad thing. But anyhow, he's going to run up the centre here. He goes to the. I think he was planning on heading to the bushes up the top, but then changed his mind. I think he was heading up there, and he's changed his mind. He's going to go and sit in these bushes just here, down low. So, and then I think he realises he's a little bit too low, so he moves up onto the road section. Now he doesn't cross this little area here yet. You can see the track there. If you cross that too soon, you can get spotted. And here comes his opposition, the only other light tank in the game. So this will be an absolute score if they can kill that. You note how he backed up to stay out of the proximity spotting range of that tank, which basically saved his life. And the AMX 13105 is now dead, so there's a lot of pressure off him as a light tank. Except for pressure coming from members of his own team. If you look at the chat, you can see the STRV 103B clearly doesn't like this guy and doesn't like what he's doing, even though he pulls off a monster spotting game. The STRV's all over him, calling him a knob, and calling him a noob, not a knob. Actually, I think he typed NOB in, not noob. So he's just telling him, you know, calm your tits. I'm going to wait here for a while, and we'll see what we can spot out. And he's spotting out rather admirably. The STRV is now pinging his position, saying go, move up. Interestingly, the Artie pointed out something. The Artie on his team pointed out something here in chat very soon. He says, don't just ignore him, Manticore. He's only trying to get your kills so he can take over all the spotting damage, which might be a bit tinfoil hattish, but might be something in that as well, right? Because the STRV has great view range, so Maybe he's trying to get his light tank killed so he can get all the spotting damage. I don't know, but he's certainly not forward enough to get any spotting damage, or forward enough to get too much spotting damage there. But you can see the conversation happening in the chat. So just keep an eye on the chat there. I think it'll be good enough to read. STRV keeps on ragging him out and putting crap on him. Now he's going to run into a bit of trouble here soon. He spots the E100 way off in the other side near the railway line, but you can see that the IS4 is saying, "I'm with you, buddy." So he's now requesting fire on the E100, and the 277 comes into view, so he kills him, gets him spotted as well, which is getting some shots on him, which is good. He's up to 2,576 spotting damage now, and once again the STRV is encouraging him to move rather rudely, and that's when the T92 pipes in. Don't listen to him, doing a good job. STRV types lol, and then it goes from here. Did nothing, he said. Well, you know, he's done 2,576 spotting damage and we're less than 4 minutes into the game, so he's doing all right. He wants you to suicide for his damage. Yeah, that's probably right. So you can see the spotting damage is starting to climb. When I originally viewed this video, I thought I thought it was him saying he wants you to suicide so he can get all the spotting damage, but it was only the damage. But anyhow, I guess it takes all kinds in the game, right? You can never do anything to please anyone. That's why I think it's Klaus Kellerman that originally said that, you know, you just play your own game when you're playing a light tank, because if you listen to everyone and done everything they said, even though they don't play light tanks and probably never played a light tank in their life, you would die more often than not because they have no clue. Now he's been spotted, right? So he's in a bit of trouble now, and I believe it was a 277 that may have spotted him when he crossed that little road there. But anyhow, you can see that the STRV 103 has called him a nub, and he's headed back to relative safety, getting him behind the IS4 and just waiting for that stink to go away of the spot. But I think that the 277 may have spotted him when he crossed that little road. I don't think he was close enough to proxy spotting, but I think he may have spotted him in the gap in the bushes as he crossed the road. Either way, he did pay for it. He's now down to a one shot by most tanks out there in front of him, so he needs to be a little bit careful from here on. The IS4 has just put a blind shot in there, I'm quite sure. Although that's kind of where he was sitting before, so the IS4 is probably firing on the last known position mark on the mini-map. Thankfully it just hit his track, otherwise it could have been end of game. 5,976 spotting, sorry, 5,096 spotting damage now, and it's only going to get better. So he's heading up again. He's going to stop before this road this time, which I think is a wise move. I think he crossed to the other bush before, and that may have got him spotted. So you can see the gap there, and I think the Object 277 may have been high enough to spot him last time, but he really needs that 277 to die, because it's the only thing there that can spot him. 277's well and truly within range to spot him. You can see he's thinking about taking a shot at him. He's set up so that he can take a shot at him if he gets down to a one-shottable, and he's asking the arty to kill the 277. So for obvious reasons, right? Because the 277 will spot him if he goes across that little area there. So 277 is the thing that's stopping him from getting across. And is he going to have another crack at it? He did. So he's done that while the 277 was down. Now watch this. The IS4 knows he's been spotted, so he's got 6th sense. As soon as he gets spotted, he starts rocking backwards and forwards and puts a blind shot out into the bushes there again. So you can tell as a light tank player, you can tell when people have got 6th sense, because they're sitting still and all of a sudden they start rocking backwards and forwards and moving. They've been spotted. Now he's sitting still again, so his spotting has gone off. So his 6th sense has stopped alerting him to the fact that he's spotted, so he stopped again. Doesn't realise he's still spotted. Right, there he goes again. Now he's trying to fire the bushes. He knows there's a light tank out there in front of him somewhere, so he's firing the bushes. That was a huge explosion just in front of him. I presume it must have been the T110E4, or maybe is there a Jag Panzer on his side? Might have been the FV4005. Oh no, the FV4005 is not behind him. I don't think. There's a bit of a clutter in the map there. I can't read all the. Sorry guys, I can't read all the names of the people cluttered up behind him. They're all a bit cluttered up behind him because he's providing good spotting, right? So why would the tank destroyers move any further forward than they have to, especially when he's providing good spotting? So he has got this sorted. Absolutely got it sorted. STRV still spotting him. Now the 277 comes in again, right? So now the 277's been obliterated by the TDs, but in their firing on him, they've been spotted themselves. And watch this. There goes the STRV. I think another one dies here as well. And he's not happy. The STRV is not happy. Talking about a useless light tank, blah, blah, blah. He just keeps on going on in chat. WZ1115 is saying, I'll help you. As you can see he's using the new message system in, what's the name, which I've never got the hang of, by the way, but I never ever got the hang of the Z button. And now the STRV is telling him not to play LT. I think he said somewhere in there that he's a 52%er, you know, shit, basically. So he's obviously an XVM sap. You know, one of these people that are just so addicted to XVM that they've got to rely on everything that it says. So anyhow, you can see now he's up over 10,000 spotting damage, and he's now moving forward quite safely because everything ahead of him is dead. I must have missed a comment where the STRV made a comment on his win rate, which is, you know, the last bastion of a dickhead as far as I'm concerned. But anyhow, that's the way it goes. It takes all times to play this game. All you got to do is just focus on doing what you're doing, especially when you're doing it well. Focus on doing what you're doing and ignore the idiots, right? That's all you got to do. And you can see now he spotted the STI and the the STII, and the IS4 is getting spotted out as well, soon to be dead. And you can see now the STB1 is rushing in to help him. I'm not sure because he actually wants to help him, whether he's looking for the last bits of damage, but he's going to come in. There you go, 13,654 spotting damage. So the STB1 has now taken some of his spotting damage. They halved all that spotting damage there, you see. But that's okay, he's still running in a great game. He took that last haymaker shot at the Darty, but missed, unfortunately. But you can see there, great game. What did he get? 13,987 spotting damage. Righto, and the results from Killer Tank's Manticore game. You've got a Mastery Badge 1, a Spotter, and a Scout medal. Oh, sorry, Patrol Duty medal. 85,305 clams before tax. 8,081 XP and 7 bonds. Monster spotting effort, 14,472 spotting damage, and I think he only fired 1 or maybe 2 shots in the entire game, but you can see he's done 0 damage, which, okay, that's fine. Again, another great spotting game, so that's just the way it is, right? 1,054 XP base, which would probably go a long way to explaining the Mastery Badge 1. Also indicates to me that the Ace Tanker ceiling is pretty high on this tank, but then again, I confess that I don't know an awful lot about that stuff, so I'll leave that for other people to comment on. His detail report, he fired 1 shot, didn't hit anything. I think that was the last shot at the Arty. just basically a haymaker shot to try and get some damage in, but didn't work, but that's okay. 14,472 spotting damage. He got 56,870 coin, but there's obviously something else there, because you can see that he spent 13,000 on auto repair a vehicle and 950 on ammo, and still walked away with 70,914 clams after tax. So no use complaining about that, right? Yes, again, I'll let the XP boffins work that stuff out, because I don't even pretend to know how that works. As I say, I'm happy to get it without actually knowing how it works. So yeah, that's it. That's a great game in the Manticore, and yeah, it's just goes to show when you've got these things kitted out right and you get on the right map. Obviously, the Prokhorovka map helped out a lot here. Get on the right map. Yeah, the sky's the limit. I've seen some 15 and 16k spotting damage games in the Manticore, but I couldn't find one in the latest replays, so this is the best I could find in there. I saw it on XP, saw it on assisted damage in it. Look, go and check out the replays on them. If you're unsure whether you want to research these tanks, go and check out the replays on them. Righto, well, thanks for watching my Road to Manticore video, guys. That's it, and I'm out of here, so take care, and we'll see you next time. Don't forget to give this channel a like and subscribe, and follow it, please. Thank you, bye.